Hello, my name's Jillian and I'm going to be sharing my experience working at Chuck E. Cheese's. Okay, so when I turned 16, I just really wanted a job so I could buy my own car. So I went job hunting immediately after I got my license, and it took over a month to even have someone show interest in me because I'm a 16-year-old with no job experience. So eventually on my last day, I was like, I'm giving up. Like, if I cannot get a job and nobody calls me back, like, it's whatever. So I was driving home and I saw Chuck E. Cheese's, and I'm like, okay, like, when I get home, I'm just gonna apply online. And the next day, they called me back, and I was ecstatic. So I went in for my interview, and they're like, if you're not good with kids and you're not patient, then just leave. Like, it's fine, just leave. And I'm like, no. Love kids, really patient, hire me. And they're like, okay, you start Monday. And I'm like, oh, okay, yes. They're like, show up in your uniform, ready to dive on into the Chuck E. Cheese world of fun on Monday. And I'm like, so down, awesome. So I show up Monday and they're all showing me what I have to do. Like, everybody does this and this and this, and everybody dances in Chucky costume. And I'm like, okay, yeah, like, I'm down for anything. Like, if I'm getting paid, why not? Like, I'm getting paid to dance around in a little mouse costume. So I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. So I started out as a cashier, and I thought that, I wasn't mad about any of the other duties that I had, but I was like, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna be selling pizzas all day. But they're like, you have to do the salad bar, you have to do cash register, and you also have to do merchandise, which is the prizes counter. I'm like, okay, yeah, but I never knew like how fast everything was gonna go. So like, my day would be hectic. Like, even during the week, it would be non-stop, back and forth, moving for minimum wage. And I'm like, okay, yeah, like, I've never had another job. So a few months in, I wasn't getting the money that I needed. And I wasn't like gonna ask for a raise, but I was like, hey, can I work more hours and like, so I can get more money? And she's like, no. And I'm like, okay, because they have like an hours problem, so nobody can work more than 40, but I wasn't even getting 40. I wasn't getting close to it. I was getting like maybe 20. So I'm like, okay, well, I need to find another job. So I was looking, and I got a job at Orange Leaf, which is another story. So I was working both of those jobs, and at the beginning, I was gonna put in my 2 weeks at Chuck E. Cheese's, and then I was just gonna work at Orange Leaf because they said like, hey, we can give you like 40 hours, no problem. And I'm like, okay, like, I can work as much as I want? Yeah, awesome. So I went to Chuck E. Cheese's, put in my 2 weeks, super emotional. Obviously, I wasn't ready to leave that job because I was like, can I put it? And so then my general manager found out that like Friday, because I put it on a Tuesday, and she's like, you're an awesome worker here, and like, you're super out there, like, you can't leave. And I was like, okay. And she's like, you can be a party hostess and you can make tips instead of being a cashier. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that sounds perfect, right? So that's what I did. So I worked weekends there, and I worked at Orange Leaf during the week, and I eventually quit working at Orange Leaf to continue my career at Chuck E. Cheese's. And so I was working at Chuck E. Cheese as the party host, and that was the best thing ever. Like, I was so happy with it. Like, I would make really good tips. I was super good at it. Like, people loved me. Not trying to sound like that person, but like, I was good at what I did. But you would work based on how many like parties there were like at the time. So some weekends there would be none, so I wouldn't work, so then I wouldn't make any money, and I really needed money because at this point I had just bought my car and I have to make monthly payments on it. So I was like, it was getting to the point where I would work like 4 hours every week, and it was just like not okay. So I talked to my manager, and she was hiring just a bunch of new people. All of us old people were like, we don't need new people, like, we're not even getting our hours. So that was a major issue, which led to my demise. But so it was just the scheduling at the end. But what you really want to hear are the interesting, funny stories of Chuck E. Cheese's. So when I first got there, I was at the kid check where I was stamping people, and I was like standing there bored, and I was like, oh, like nobody's coming in, so I'm like watching the game room that's like right there. And this little girl is like just standing there, and I was like looking at her, I'm like, okay, yeah. And she just starts throwing up, like just vomiting, and I'm like, but you're not allowed to leave your stand because like, or else like a kid could run out and like they wouldn't have their parents or anything. So like this girl was just like throwing up, and like her mom ran and grabbed like a takeout box and put it under, and I was like, hey guys, like there's a little girl just vomiting in near kid check, and they're like, oh my god. So then they're like, hey, can you clean it up? And I'm like, hey, I'm standing here. And they're like, you have to clean it up. And I'm like, I don't know how, don't make me do this. And also another time I was standing at kid check, like a different separate time, and on the radio they're like, we have a report of pee in the sky tubes, which is like the little playground thing. And they're like, Jillian, like, can someone take your, and I'm like, no, nope, not doing that. Cleaned up throw up one time, not about to clean up pee. So then this guy that they made go do it put in his 2 weeks there. He's like, I'm not working here anymore. Like, you made me do, no, that is not my job. So that, I was like, oh my gosh, you guys like need to get these kids under control and like have like certain designated person. And the Chuck E. shows are every hour on the half an hour. And so one day I was at Kid Check, and usually the person there does the Chuck E. shows, but it's like you might have to do like 2 or 3 a day, like 2-3 hours, whatever. But they made me do it, and like they'll be like, okay, you do it this time, then they'll do it, and the next time you do it. They made me do it 6 times in a row. Like I was working a 6-hour shift, and every single time they're like, Jillian, go do it, because I was like so energetic, and like they're like, you're so great at it. But I'm like, I'm so sweaty and gross. Like it was pretty gross. Like I don't really complain, but I'm like, really 6 times in a row. And the kids would like pull on your tail, and like I have super long blonde hair. So I was in Chucky one time, and I was like walking around with a sign like saying follow me, and someone was like, it's a girl, and I'm like, and they're like, she has really long blonde hair, and I'm like, kid, like you ruined the surprise. And it was just because on the thing, like someone will like look at you and they'll be like, hey, can you go wake up Chucky? Like, hey, he's sleeping, like go wake him up. But that means go freaking like possess his body and make him alive. It was just it was an experience that I'm glad that I had, but I'm glad that I moved on, because now I'm on like my 5th or 6th job that I absolutely love now. So I'm glad that was my first job. I'm glad that was the first experience. I'm glad I have the right to say I was a Chuck E. Cheese's worker. So yeah, so if you want to know about any of my other experiences working at anywhere else, just let me know and I got you. Okay, bye.